Mr. Burnett was driving while talking on the phone. He was trying to secure a loan as soon as possible due to financial difficulties. The person on the other end of the call informed him that his loan application had been declined. Ironically, while on the call, Mr. Burnett was checking his bank balance, which showed only $46. Additionally, his credit card debt stood at $38,000. When Mr. Burnett asked why his loan application was declined, the assistant explained that it was because he already owed a significant amount of money, making it risky for them to lend him more. Mr. Burnett requested a couple of $1,000s, but was declined again. In a last-ditch effort, Mr. Burnett revealed that he was a writer with published short stories and a novel in progress. He mentioned an impending meeting with his agent and asked the assistant to reconsider, but was still denied. The call ended, and Mr. Burnett broke down in tears. Mr. Burnett reached his destination, stopped his car, and continued to cry. The person he was waiting for arrived, apologized for making Mr. Burnett wait, and noticed his tears. "Do you want me to call another car?" he asked, but Mr. Burnett interrupted. "It's okay, everything's totally fine." They entered the car and went with Mr. Burnett. A week later, Mr. Burnett visited his parents' apartment. When he arrived, they were waiting outside. They welcomed him warmly, and his mother hugged and kissed him. "I know it's temporary, but I'm still excited," she said. Mr. Burnett asked, "You're excited because I failed?" His father intervened. "Hey, it's a miracle anyone makes a living in that business. You deserve a lot of credit." Before his father could say more, his mother comforted Mr. Burnett. "The good thing about being a writer is you can do it anywhere. For now, you'll do it here, and I get my baby back again." Then his best friend, who lived nearby his parents' apartment, arrived and asked Mr. Burnett why he hadn't told him he was coming back home. Mr. Burnett replied that it wasn't something he had planned, so it just happened. His friend was thrilled and exclaimed that he was going to hang out a lot with Nathan, aka Mr. Burnett. He asked Nathan's parents if it was okay to take him out to the bar that night for drinks. Nathan immediately replied that he didn't need permission for that. Before he could finish, his mother interrupted and said, "That's okay." They headed to the bar and started talking. Nathan's friend was surprised to hear that he owed $38,000. After sipping some beer, he asked again how Nathan had accumulated such a large debt so quickly. Nathan struggled to answer, unable to recall a single purchase made with that money. They continued chatting and drinking their beer. After having enough drinks, they left the bar. Marshall was having a hard time walking on his own due to intoxication, so Nathan assisted him to the parked car. Before entering, they noticed a glowing, floating object resembling a black hole. Curious, they approached it and observed that its appearance remained consistent from all angles, resembling a mini black hole. Nathan, skeptical, thought it might be an illusion and tried to grab it. Upon touching the black hole, something strange occurred. His body absorbed it, and powerful energy surged through him, causing panic. Then he transformed. Unaware of his transformation, Nathan didn't feel different. His friend pulled out his cell phone, opened the camera, and showed him his new appearance. Shocked, Nathan wondered what had happened. His friend clenched his fist, knocked on Nathan's helmet, and asked if he could feel it. Nathan replied affirmatively. Feeling queasy, Nathan said he wanted to vomit. Marshall cautioned against it due to the helmet, but Nathan did so anyway. Surprisingly, he vomited through the helmet as if he weren't wearing it. 2 policemen arrived and asked if everything was okay. Marshall replied, "Everything's okay. My friend's just trying to prevent a hangover." The police noticed Nathan's new appearance and asked if he was wearing a costume. Marshall responded, "I'm pretty sure that's none of your business." "But he is." The police instructed them to get off the tracks they were standing on. Marshall refused, saying, "The railroad should kick us off the tracks." He continued arguing with the officers until the train arrived, moving at top speed. Nathan noticed it and tried pushing his friend off the tracks. Accidentally activating his new powers, Nathan manipulated gravity, causing the police officers and everything around them to float in midair, including the train and police vehicle. His friend asked how he did it. Nathan replied, "I don't know. I just reacted." The police asked Nathan to put them down. Marshall intervened. "If you promise not to arrest us, we'll let you down." After agreeing, Nathan deactivated his gravity manipulation and everything returned to the ground. Then he grabbed his friend and flew into the sky.